Welcome to another week of looking at this guy's face. Good morning, and I hope you are doing well, my friend. So, today I'm going to talk about one of my favorite devices or elements of poetry, imagery. Right. So, imagery is basically painting pictures, painting images in the mind of your readers or listeners, right? Whatever derivative or definition or expansion you want to build on that's basically what it is. Bringing your readers and your listeners into the experience that you're trying to express, right? Through sensations especially, right? And of course, in speaking of pictures or images, it's not in the literal visual sense, right? So it's all forms of sensory perception, of sensory connection established, right? So that deals with your engaging the senses, and as you know, you have 5 sense organs, right? Nose, tongue, ears, eyes, skin, right? So that connects to the 5 types of imagery. There are visual imagery, right, which basically deals with creatively expressing or describing what we see, describing sights, and this captures elements such as color, right? Burnt red, bright orange, dull yellow, onion purple, pepper red. Women know how to do this one very well, right? So that shapes as well: circular, tubular, rectangular, conical, spherical, and all those. Instead of just using abstract terms to describe stuff, imagery pushes you to use more solid, concrete terms or words that make for a richer expression of your thoughts, the narratives you are trying to bring to bear. And we also have, you can speak of size as well: minuscule, tiny, small, medium-sized, large, gigantic, ginormous, enormous, huge, right? I'm expecting something huge. I remember when that was trending. Anyway, patterns as well, texture patterns, right? Polka dotted, striped, zigzagged, jagged, straight. Those are all variations of visual imagery that one can engage to make for a better expression. We have auditory imagery as well that has to do with hearing, right? Describing what you hear, creatively describing what you hear, from music to noise to pure silence, right? So like variations of that are enjoyable sounds such as beautiful music, bird song, voices of a chorus, beautiful musical harmony, right? Tweeting of the birds, the bird song, the jay bird song, the song of the lark, right? Noises, bang of a gun. This is where you engage onomatopoeia, right? The description of sounds with words. The bang of a gun, the boom of a bomb, the swish of a broom sweeping across the floor, the sound of broken glass shattering on the hard floor, right? In fact, interestingly, even the lack of noise could qualify for auditory imagery. There is a way you can speak of a deafening silence, like the room was so quiet, the silence was so deafening that you could hear a pin drop. Have you read those kind of expressions before? So that is also auditory imagery in a way. You can speak of a calm, a peaceful calm as well, like that kind that is found on early morning walks on a beach. And there is a way when you describe it very well, you see the way like you're entering that headspace, and even your readers, your listeners are entering that headspace, and it's like so anyway, yeah. Leading us olfactory imagery, which basically deals with the creative description of what we smell, right? Olfactory relating to the nose, to smelling, and variations of these are fragrance, right? Perfumes, body spray, deodorant, whatever you want to call it, right? Pleasant, attractive scent, right? Fragrance, aroma, right? Enticing food, mouth-watering food, drinks. Even some drinks have aroma as well. Like, have you ever been to a place where they are making zobo? Like, there's this scent it has that is somewhat spicy, somewhat So yeah, blooming flowers. Blooming flowers would qualify for fragrances. I guess I should have said that first time. So yeah, right, perfumes, blooming flowers for fragrance, food, certain drinks, even coffee. Like today, I would always choose coffee over tea, and a big part of that is because of the aroma. Coffee, I love it. So aroma for food, fragrance for perfumes, for flowers. Others are the unpleasant ones. Rotten trash, body odor, stinky wet dog, mouth that is a stranger to toothbrush, those ones will go make you faint. So those would all be olfactory imagery. Gustatory imagery is the fourth one, and it has to do with the tongue, tasting, creatively describing what we taste using such terms or words like sweetness, as in the case of candies, cookies, desserts, mints, those kind of things, sourness, right? Lemon, unripe orange, samia. Yeah, I keep forgetting the name of samia in English, but like my guys then we know what's up. I guess sourness is also related to tartness, right, which is a kind of acidic sour taste like that. Bitterness, right? Garden egg, the Gota garden egg, not yellow. Bitter leaf, flagyl. God, that drug, that pill is bitter. But yes, those kinds. Saltiness, right? Pretzels, French fries, pepperonis, virtually every kind of food we eat. Please, I beg you, if you don't know how to cook, just if for nothing else but for the fear of saltiness, don't try it. There's nothing as horrible as eating an over salty food. Just a side note. Anyway, yes, spiciness, right? Pepper soup, ginger drinks, those kind, savouriness, steak dinner, thick soup, well garnished food, that kind of thing, right? And last but not the least, we have tactile imagery. Tactile imagery has to do with touch, right? Connecting to the sense organ of the skin. It basically creatively describes what we touch, what we feel, right? And it includes temperature, descriptions of temperature, bitter cold, humidity, mildness, stifling heat, sweltering heat. It describes texture, like surface texture, right? Rough, rugged, seamless, smooth, coarse, fine. It describes touch, such as hand holding, one's hand, the feel of one's hand to grass, the feeling of starched fabric on one's skin, movement such as burning muscles from working out, swimming in cold water, kicking a soccer ball, those kind of expressions. You see how for each of these ones, it doesn't go further to something. The key there is description, and description in such a way that it's creeping, So, yeah. Why is imagery important? Why is imagery important? Yeah, like I said, because we experience life through our senses, right? Our most potent form of life experience is sensory perception. As such, a strong composition, right? A piece well soaked in imagery would appeal to readers and the audience, right? Descriptive imagery launches readers, listeners into the experience the poet is trying to express, however abstract it may be. Like, have you listened to poems that were talking about stuff you can't relate to it, stuff that you don't care about, and yet there is a way the the expression is so intense that you can't help feeling, wow, that kind of thing. Imagery allows readers, listeners to directly empathize with the characters, right, and the narrators as they imagine having the same sense of experiences. Like, a big part of poetry is connecting with your readers, is connecting with your audience, and that is not just knowledge or information exchange. They need to feel, to a large extent, what you're feeling, that you're describing with that piece, and imagery helps you to do that, right? So imagery basically helps as a kind of sweeping comment, build compelling poetry, convincing narratives, vivid, intense plays, well-designed film sets, and even descriptive, unique songs. Check out the best forms of example. I am going to read out one of my pieces entitled Senses, and it basically captures each of the 5 forms of imagery. It basically captures each of the 5 forms of poetry. And yeah, here goes. The black crow soaring in the beautiful blue skies is a sight that has never ceased to greet me. And sometimes I wish I could be a little black bird soaring in the skies, just so she could look up and see me. She was beautiful. All of her screamed beauty, even without saying a word. Her beauty spoke louder than the sound of war drums, even louder than the proclamations of a town crier. But though she is beautiful, don't let her beauty fool you. I am in heaven. I thought I was. She made me think I was from the moment I entered the room and was assaulted by the aroma of vegetable soup to the moment it was served, accompanied by an apple mountain. Eating it triggered an explosion in the region of my buccal cavity, resulting in such an exquisite taste that completely had me won over. The roses in our garden is the reason why I never forgot where the heart's home is. The exquisite fragrance that the flowers give off, like a scent of perfumes and a little something more, the way the fragrance dances into your nose till it makes your head swim and you can't shake it off. Such is the scent of the roses in our garden, and I wish I never left. Her hand holding mine was all it took for my defenses to crumble, for hers were no ordinary hands. Her butterfly soft touch on my chest was my utter undoing, and I couldn't have denied her anything. Thus, having enthralled my senses, she took all of me and gave back nothing at all. Thank you for watching. Do drop your comments, your questions in the comment section, and until the next one, stay safe, stay sane, stay okay.